The emergency lockdown alarm blared through the school. We thought it was just another drill, until we saw it. It was late evening and our teacher had just locked the classroom door. We huddled under our desks, breathing quietly. The hallway outside was silent, too silent. That's when we noticed the shadow. It stretched unnaturally long, spilling across the floor through the tiny gap under the door. It didn't move like a person. The limbs bent wrong, and when it shifted, it seemed to glide rather than step. Someone whispered, "Is that a teacher?" But then we saw it. The shadow's fingers started to curl under the door, too long, too thin, like they were reaching for us. Then the door handle began to turn. A deep, distorted voice echoed through the room, but the words weren't in any language we knew. The lights flickered, and the door unlocked. The last thing we saw before the lights cut out completely was the shadow stepping inside. Then the screaming started. A substitute teacher took attendance during a school lockdown, but when she counted the students, something wasn't right. It was a routine school day until the lockdown drill started. Our substitute teacher told us to stay silent while she counted us. 1, 2, 3, she whispered. She went row by row, nodding. 24, 25, she frowned. I thought this class had 24 students. We all looked at each other. We did, but who was the extra person? The substitute's face went pale. She counted again. Still 25. Then a voice from the back of the room whispered,
"You counted wrong. There are only 24.
We all turned, but the seat where the voice came from was empty. The lockdown ended minutes later. When we checked the classroom photo from the morning, there was a blurry, shadowy figure sitting at the back.
I was always here."
During a school lockdown, we heard knocking at the door, but when we checked the security cameras, no one was there. It was a stormy afternoon when the principal's voice crackled over the intercom. "Lockdown. This is not a drill." The teacher locked the door. The lights went off. We all crouched behind our desks. Silence filled the room until the knocking started. Slow, steady, like someone was waiting for us to answer. Our teacher turned pale. She whispered, "No one move." Someone pointed to the classroom camera monitor on the teacher's desk. We all gathered around and stared at the grainy live feed of the hallway. The hall was completely empty. Then a new sound. The door creaked open, but the lock was still in place. And standing just inside the doorway was a figure with no face.